So I'm going to start with the bread. As you can see, I have quite a bit. This is Aldi's brand, the Fit and Active. It's 45 calories per slice. Next, I have some everything bagels. There's 6 in a pack. Next up, I have the croissants. They say large, but they're not large at all. I typically use these to eat with soups, or for her, I will make little pizzas out of them. I'll slice them in half and put pasta sauce, spinach, and cheese, and I'll heat them up, get them really warm, and put them in foil and send them to school for her lunch. These are some flour tortillas that I got. I don't normally buy these, but I plan to make like steak fajitas over the next 2 weeks. So let's go to the meat. This is the this is uncured hickory smoked bacon, not preserved, no nitrates or nitrates added, minimally processed. I buy this bacon all the time. Of course, they have cheaper brands or versions, but I haven't bought non-uncured bacon in a long time. This is about $4.89, I believe. It's almost pretty much always under $5. Here I have some deli meat. This isn't something that I like to eat on a regular basis. And this is no nitrates or nitrates added as well. No added hormones or steroids, no artificial preservative. This is some ground beef that I purchased. I prefer the 80-20 makeup. I like the fatty component of ground beef, but I plan on using this for chili, so it's not going to be as important to have that high fat content. This was the cheapest package because their packages tend to be family size, a lot bigger, and I didn't need that much, so I just bought the one that is more lean just because it was more cost efficient. Cheese, this is Gouda. I buy this every 2 weeks. I use it to top burgers, whether it's a beef burger, veggie burger, grilled cheese, a turkey and cheese sandwich, and this is delicious. This is one of my favorite cheeses. I bought some cream cheese, which I opened for the bagel. I don't normally buy this, but over the weekend, for some reason, I just was really craving cream cheese, and I thought I'd buy some bagels, get the cream cheese, and put some tomato on there. I can have that for breakfast in the morning. I have to work 2 days this week, and that's a quick breakfast for me, and I can eat it while I'm driving to work. Here's some Swiss cheese. Normally don't buy Swiss, but I plan on making baked macaroni, and the more cheese in that, the more flavors, the better. So I bought a Swiss. And I have a Colby Jack. These are typically $2 or like $1.99. They were on sale for $1.77 today. I have some strawberries. I buy these, a little less and less later in the year. Logan takes these to school for lunch. And if it starts to get to the point where they're not being eaten quick enough and I feel like they're going to, go bad, I will freeze some and I will use them for my smoothies. One of my favorite buys, and is a staple I buy every time I go, are these peppers. They are 3 in a pack. It's always these colors. You won't get the green one, unfortunately, but these tend to be the pricier peppers anyway when you go to the grocery store. These are under $3, and I use these in about 3 different dishes. No matter what, I always use these peppers. I got some sweet corn. This will go into my chili, 2 ears, and I will use maybe the other 2 ears and put in my cornbread to be a side for the chili. I don't normally buy too much corn, but because the weather's pretty cold now in Houston, so I've been making stews and chilies a little bit more often. I got some green onions. I buy these every 2 weeks as well. I put these in ramen, stir fries. This will go in my chili as well. They're like 50 cents in Aldi, so it's kind of hard to pass these up, and they provide a lot of flavor, and you can do a lot with these. I bought 1 bag of spinach. This is something I buy every week, every 2 weeks as well. I don't typically use it as a side, like a vegetable, but I will put it in my smoothies. I will rip up pieces of it and hide it in Logan's ramen because she doesn't eat nearly enough vegetables. So I will rip off little pieces, add it to her ramen. And I also hide this underneath the cheese on her little pizzas, and she doesn't really taste it. She kind of knows it's there, you know, it's not a secret anymore, but she doesn't complain. So this is primarily pizzas, smoothies, and ramen. And this is about $1. Here are some turkey pepperoni. I do not buy Lunchables for Logan. I do not believe in buying them. I think that, in my opinion, they're a waste of money, and all the things that go in them are pretty much pantry staples or refrigerator staples that I buy all the time. This will probably last about a month. I just threw out a bag that was about 2/3 eaten, but they got to the point where they just looked a little weird in color, and I just felt like they had been in the refrigerator too long. But these are not spicy, so if you have picky eaters or you have small kids and they don't like the spice of the traditional pepperoni, these are a great option. Logan does not complain about these. And these are for her homemade Lunchables or her pizza. I will put a few slices in a baking cup, and I will send it to school with crackers and slices of cheese, and she will have this for a Lunchable. She actually had this morning. Here's some coffee. This is actually the empty bag. I had to fish it out of the garbage because I immediately filled my coffee can up with this. I opened it this morning. This is the caramel macchiato. I have yet to see this in any Aldi, and I've been shopping in Aldi in Florida. Now in Houston, this is the first time I've seen this flavor. It was stocked in a specialty item box. Anyone who's not familiar with Aldi or someone who doesn't go often, the specialty items, they don't get them all the time. They're like a special shipment. This was in there and I never seen it, so of course I made it my business to grab a bag of it. I typically get the French vanilla or hazelnut or donut store blend, but when I saw this and picked it up and you can smell the caramel from the bag, I had to get this. This was about $3.69. That's garbage. These are a bag of Christmas M&Ms. This isn't an item I normally buy, but this was requested from the PTO at Logan School. I guess they have some holiday functions coming up where they need red and green candy or treats or whatever. This was less than $3. I got these string lights because I have a crate outside with some poinsettias in there, and I like to just kind of string these through the poinsettias just to kind of liven them up a little bit and make them a little bit more visible at night. These were about $3. It's just saved me a trip from having to go to Michael's or Hobby Lobby. I just grabbed them while I was in there. I got some wine. I wanted to make shrimp scampi. I made sure I got the twist top because they do have some with corks, but because I don't know when I'm going to use this or how much of it I'm going to use, I want it to last as long as possible. I may drink a glass and want to put the top back on and keep it fresher. Who knows? But this is Moscato. I typically don't cook with this, but this was the only white wine that I saw that was reasonably priced. This is about maybe $3.69, I think. Here are some sponges. I maybe buy a pack of these once a month. These are about $2. Here are trash bags. We were low on these. I think I may have about 2 or 3 left. These are about $4. They're great. They're strong. My food never, bursts through. The bags don't rip open. They're very sturdy. Some vanilla. I've been baking quite a bit, and I plan on making cookies, brownies for the bus driver and Logan's teacher, and I use these for my pancake recipe, my waffle recipe, I use a lot of vanilla. And this was actually on sale. This was less than $4, so I made sure to grab this. Organic ketchup. For the first time, I tried the ketchup from Aldi. I used to be a condiment snob. I was used to Heinz, used to Hellmann's, but every now and then I will go into Aldi and try a new item. And the last time I bought ketchup, it was a different brand. It was their non-organic brand. But this one was actually on sale and it was cheaper than a non-organic brand. So I decided to go with the organic one. It's kind of hard to get a crappy ketchup anyway. Ketchup is ketchup for the most part. I got a spicy brown mustard. I was almost out of the one that I had in the pantry prior. And plus I just felt like it had been in there too long. Once condiments sit around my house long enough, it just kind of skeeves me out. So I just replace it sometimes even before it completely runs out. I got a jar of pasta sauce. This is the best pasta sauce I have ever tasted in any supermarket, anywhere. This is delicious. I mean, you will not have to season it. You will not have to judge this up at all. It is perfect right out of the jar. And it's like 89 cents. I buy this every time I go shopping. Chicken broth. This is going to be for a lentil soup that I plan on making. I got a package of fajita seasoning. I may not need it, but I may end up needing it when I make my skirt steak for the fajitas. It's like 30 cents. I figure I get it just in case. Popcorn. I bought this for the first time 2 weeks ago just to try it out. I have been loyal to Orville Redenbacher, but this is, I believe, like $1.40 or $1.50 in Aldi. So I figure it's cheap. If it's horrible, I only spent $1.50. If it's delicious, this will save me a couple dollars where I don't have to buy the Orville Redenbacher, and it's delicious. So no more Orville Redenbacher for me. This saves me at least $2 every time I buy microwave popcorn, which is a lot. It's one of my favorite snacks. This is organic apple juice. It's in the baby aisle, but I buy this whenever Aldi has it. The sugar content is a little less than what you would get in like 9 baby juice, 13 grams, but this juice is very, very concentrated. It's very sweet. So these small bottles, 32 ounce, these still last me quite a long time because I cut this. Whenever I drink it, or if I give it to Logan, I do half juice, half water because it's very sweet. And I bought 3 because those are popular items and you may go back in 2 weeks and they don't have them. So I stock up whenever they have them in. I got some fire roasted diced tomatoes. This will be for my chili. Kidney beans. This will be for my chili as well. These are actually organic. These were about 60 cents. Some Creole seasoning. This is a first, but I do plan on making like a Cajun shrimp pasta. So that's why I picked that up. Orange juice, maybe $1.99. Sometimes you can get it as cheap as like $1.70, $1.80. This is never from concentrate, so this is the good stuff. I buy it all the time. Pistachios, I buy these, not all the time, but fairly often. This is a 16 ounce bag and this is about $5. This was the most expensive item that I bought from Aldi, and this is pretty much always the most expensive item, but this is still cheaper than getting it at a different grocery store. They don't stick around long. My husband plows through those pretty quickly. Some kettle chips. These are my favorite. These are for me. No one else eats them. And I have some pretzel sticks for Logan's lunch. She likes these a lot, and these are like $1.20. And I think that's about it. Oh, no. Bananas, organic bananas, 64 cents a pound. I bought an acorn squash. I plan on making squash soup. I do not like butternut squash. Acorn squash is my favorite. And I picked up a bag of onions just because we were out and pretty much everything I cook at least for dinner, requires onions.